So I'm going to show you a little drill. And it's called the fiddle drill. Okay? So here, stand right there. I'm going to do one for the camera and then you see what it's all about. Okay. The fiddle drill, folks. Often imitated, never done exactly correctly. So that's on me. So I'm going to try to do a better job with you. Okay. With your hands in their normal position, take your hands off so that you only have the first 2 digits from each hand and your thumb holding the club. So you got, hold it up like that. 2 digits, you know, middle finger and forefinger and thumb. But they're pretty close to on the grip where they were, okay? So just watch the rest of this. And then you slide this back so it's even with your kind of collarbone, just to the right of your head. And you pick it up and you put it on your shoulder. And what you're trying to do when you put it on your shoulder is get it perfectly 90. So 90 this way, right? And 90 this way. But you're in your golf posture. Boom. Then once you say, yeah, I think that's pretty much 90, then you turn your back and you've got a little backswing. It looks like when they used to play with coats in the late 1800s, right in the early 1900s. Now, this is fiddling because it looks like you're playing a big old bow. Now, don't throw it off because the strings don't get strung, right? Now, while you're going out, you shift your weight left while you're going out. And then you go further into the fiddle, further into the movement, and at some point, the weight of the club is going to get on this side of your hands, and you can put a finish on the end of it. So let's see if I can do a pretty good job of it right here. The fiddle drill. Got your fiddle fingers, your fiddle shoulder, your fiddle top, shifting while you're pulling out, going further into the fiddle, and then, and what you're trying to do on the last fiddle, I'll try to do one on the, hey, we got it on video, check it out. What you're trying to do on the last pull is keep it on your shoulder as long as you can. I'll do it one more time right here. All right, so here we go. Me and Sergio at the top. Come on, Sergio, you got to have a longer swing than that. Okay, well, I'll catch him up with that instead of wasting any time with that. So there's Sergio. Here's me into the fiddle drill, right? We're in the same spot, right? How about that?
So I think this is where a lot of the confusion starts. You're looking at 2 major champions, both here at left arm parallel in their downswings. These guys are on TV a lot, and when the telecast shows a replay of the golfer here in yellow, broadcasters will inevitably say this player has the most lag in golf. And that's usually followed up by something like, if you folks at home want to hit it farther, increase your lag like this guy. And the confusion happens because none of those comments are really true. Sure, from this angle, the player in yellow looks like he's got a ton of lag, certainly more than the player in blue. But once we turn on the angles, you can see there's less than a degree of difference between them. And why these angles look so different here from this view is just really an illustration of how the camera can lie. If we rotate these guys to the down the line view, notice how much flatter the yellow player is compared to blue. That's why he looks, I can't stress that enough, looks like he has more lag even though he doesn't. So the flatter the club, the more of the illusion you'll get for lag. And that's just all it is really. It's just the illusion of more lag.
Now, when I get my hands on my legs, that club's still up there, you know, almost high as my neck. And then when Sergio gets there, it's going to have been coming out a little bit, right? So when I do the drill, see that just snaps in there. Watch this, boom, see? If you just keep pulling, you go all the way to finish, just like Sergio here. He just kept, his dad taught him to ring a bell, feel like he was ringing a bell, and that didn't make any sense to me. I heard that story. I even did a golf clinic one time, and Sergio's dad was there the whole time. What a nice man. We have a software that we take a swing from gears or OptiTracks and yellow little dots on the club, see that? And we run it through this software that Dr. Stephen Nesbitt wrote for us, and we can tell what the golfer did to the club. So we had Sergio. And really, the reason we had it was this move he makes from this angle. But I wanted to see about the bell ringing. He says he tries to ring the bell. So I look at the software, and guess what? Nobody ever asked him what side of the grip he was pulling down. He pulls this side of the grip down. I don't even think he knows what side of the grip, and I don't want to tell him because I don't want to mess him up. I like him. So he pulled this way. But the point is, because he keeps turning, this mass center gets on this side of his hands, boom, and lines up with the ball. He was probably 19 years old, a better golfer than Tiger was at 19 years old. I know if I said that on the internet, I'd get attacked. Just go back and look at the record. I mean, he almost won the PGA when he was 19. Tiger wasn't doing that. Go ahead and set up. We got Kyle Berkshire right here, world's longest driver, right? So watch him. Watch this, just to give you something else to look at. Watch Berkshire. So he swung 150 miles an hour at this ball here and hope it seeps in. So because if after all of that you can't do the fiddle drill, how can we expect the people who watch the show to learn the fiddle drill? So you do that, then you walk it to the right, then you pick it straight up on your shoulder, right? Then you turn. Now you look like Harry Vardon in a coat. Then you play this fiddle, and you fiddle in more. Like you started here, but you fiddle more in and more out, right? Keep going out.
So if I pull this way, I'm going...
Yeah. And when you go out, you're shifting the other way. It's almost like you're using the push this way to push off of a wall and go this way. There you go. And then pull all the way through to the finish. Just pull it all the way like you, boom. Okay? Let's do that again. And try to hit the mat this time. I thought that was, for a first try, that was beyond anything. There he goes. He's fiddling. Come in more, come out more. Okay, and then one of them just all the way through.
Oh.
Right, here we go. Sergio, baby. Sergio's probably got indigestion right now and doesn't even know why. Look how good that looks right there. Somebody's copying my swing. Look at that. And it looks like it'll never get there. Boom. It gets there.